Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Buckeye Politics. It's me, your favorite Ohioan. So, real quickly, before we get into the video, I am happy to announce that we are at nearly 1,000 subscribers. So, I want to thank you all for subscribing, as it actually really does mean the world to me. And with that, I have a little bit of a challenge here. If we can hit 1,000 subscribers before April 6th, which is the 1 year anniversary of this channel being created, I will do a live stream with a face cam and launch a Discord server. So, we have about 10, 15 days to get about 50 subscribers. And with the rate we've been growing at, it's going to be a challenge, but I believe it is possible. So yeah, that's all I got to say. I kind of hope we can get to 1,000 subscribers before then. Like I said, if we do, we get a Discord and a full stream with a face cam. So very excited, looking forward to that. Hopefully you guys can do it. So share this video, like it, get in the algorithm, and let's try to hit that. So with that out of the way, let's look at the Ohio Senate race debate that took place last night. I'm going to start by doing a basic rundown on what happened and who I thought performed the best. So the debate covered several main topics, including gas prices, Ukraine, and other certain Senate, just like Senate stuff, like who they thought the Senate Majority Leader should be. And my original take on the debate is this: JD Vance dominated and really made an impact. Now, on social media today, I've actually seen a lot of people trashing JD Vance and saying his campaign is destroyed because of his Ukraine answer. But I've been in contact with several family members and friends to ask their thoughts, and everyone agrees that JD Vance won this debate. And not only that, but a poll done by NBC4 of Columbus, Ohio, has JD Vance with 51% of voters saying that he won. Everyone's saying this bullshit about Vance and Ukraine. They don't even live in Ohio. And everyone I've talked to agrees JD Vance won this debate for two reasons. The first was that he didn't just repeat Fox News talking points like every other candidate did. JD Vance was the only one on the stage with any original thought, other than Matt Dolan, but we will get to him later. So JD Vance was the only candidate who offered solutions to the problems we face and not just blame Biden. When the candidates were asked about oil prices and inflation, all the candidates agree that we should be oil independent and that Biden was to blame. I mean, that's great, but that doesn't offer any solution. But JD Vance had a solution in his answer that went like this.
So on the issue of energy, two issues, actually, two ideas that I have. First of all, you need to open up the Keystone XL pipeline because that will mean more oil and gas coming into our country from a country, by the way, Canada, which is a friendly and environmentally conscious country instead of Iran, Venezuela, Russia, all of the garbage countries that Joe Biden wants to go to for oil. The other thing we need to do is make it illegal for corporate shareholders in this country to use their progressive social values and project them on the rest of the economy. The reason we have an oil and gas shortage is a lot of investors won't put money into oil and gas, which would create a lot of good Ohio jobs and make gas prices go down because they've imported progressive politics into the modern economy. We got to stop that from happening. We're not just going to lose the oil and gas issue. We're going to lose the entire modern capitalist economy that produces a lot of prosperity for our people. Thank you.
JD Vance actually offered real pragmatic solutions and ideas to actually solve the problem of energy instead of just repeating Fox News talking points about being energy independent and producing more oil. He actually laid out the steps we need to take to combat rising costs of gas. And this is why I, like many others, think JD Vance won this debate. Vance tackled the issues with actual solutions and it seemed very genuine. And the second reason people have agreed JD Vance won this debate is actually because of his Ukraine answer. Shocking as it sounds, most Ohioans don't really care about the Ukraine relative to all the issues we face here. Our jobs are gone, we can't afford an education, we're addicted to drugs, we're spending our life savings on necessities. The war in Ukraine, tragic as it is being used by the media to distract us from our problems. And that right there is the correct take on Ukraine, by the way. But I'll talk about that one in a later video. Anywho, JD Vance went over many Ohioans last night, despite what the media and establishment on Twitter will have you think. So on to the person who took second place, in my opinion, and that is Mike Gibbons. Mike Gibbons needed to rebound from the Friday debacle with Josh Mandel, and I think he did a decent job. Gibbons' responses were good, but you could tell he was uncomfortable up there. Gibbons kept on slurring his words and stuttered a few times, but his answers were good. And Gibbons has a sketchy history on things like abortion and taxes for the middle class, but his debate performance in terms of what he said was good. Overall, after JD Vance, Mike Gibbons the next best option and came second in the debate. In third came Matt Dolan. Yes, despite the naysayers, Matt Dolan, a state senator representing Chagrin Falls, a suburb of Cleveland, came in third place in my opinion. Matt Dolan has been struggling in the polls and was seen by many as a never Trumper. Matt Dolan represents the more establishment wing of the GOP, and when he first entered the race, Trump actually said, "I know who I will not be getting my endorsement in Ohio." Overall, Dolan needed a strong performance to have a chance at winning, and I think he got it. Other than Vance, Dolan had the most original points in the debate, despite being the only person to say Trump should move on from 2020, consistently bringing up his conservative record in the state Senate, and calling out Jane Timken for not giving his re-election campaign funding or being there in person. Dolan came out swinging, and I think it will give his campaign a boost. Although he is not going to win, his newfound support will be from never Trumpers who make up a small percentage of Ohio, but I think that newfound block will give him a little bit of a boost in the polls, allowing him to possibly take the third or maybe even fourth place. After Dolan comes Josh Mandel. Mandel did decent, be it nothing exciting. Other than a shot at Timken and sucking up to Trump and the America First agenda, his performance was really nothing special. It wasn't bad per se, but it certainly wasn't great. Finally, in last came Jane Timken. Timken did awful. She was so annoying and used the same three memorized 30-second campaign slogans. She brought nothing to the table and left us, the voter, not remembering a single thing she said. Timken's campaign is screwed now. After declining poll numbers and a debate where all the voter learned about her is that she's a mom on a mission, her campaign is done.
And as a mom and as a mom and you, as a mom and as a mother watching.
With that, the Ohio Senate race is heating up. The true America First candidate, J.D. Vance, destroyed the field and is taking his place as the rightful frontrunner. Mike Gibbons still has a shot as long as the clip of him calling Josh Mandel a pussy doesn't get used by his opponents too often. Josh Mandel's lead is probably going to disintegrate even more as he needed a win in the debate and didn't get it. Matt Dillon will likely see an uptick in polling as he had a solid performance and is appealing to a base that, while sizable, won't win him the race. And Jane Timken did nothing but annoy everyone in the state of Ohio. But at least she can go back to doing what she loves, being a mom.